Please do not try this at home. I am an idiot. Hello and welcome to another Southern Airs vlog with me, Jett Force One went down at your service. So, do you remember last year when I went between London and Manchester 4 times in one day and compared 3 different modes of transport, starting from Heathrow Terminal 5? Alright, you do. Fantastic. Well, we're going to do this again. Except this time, we're going to be doing Edinburgh. And this time, I get to cover 2 airlines, a train and a coach, rather than just rehash BA twice. So, hope you're looking forward to this. This is probably the most audacious extreme day trip I've ever done. I'm going to go and sleep off in my hotel, and I'll catch you back here tomorrow morning. And we're going to take a BA flight up to Edinburgh. Then we're going to take easyJet back. Then I've got to get into central London, get a Lumo train up to Edinburgh, and then I've got a few hours in Edinburgh. Then I've got to get a Flixbus back overnight. It's going to be a long 24 hours. Bear with me on this. And good morning from Hatton Cross train station. It is just gone 4 AM. I've got just over 2 hours before my flight's due to leave, and this is the not so glamorous side of my hobby. Right, apparently there are no trains running today until later in the morning for some reason, even though they should be starting about 4 AM. But that's fine because there are buses still running Terminal 5, so I'm going to get a bus from just through there to Terminal 5. That should be fine. I've got stacks of time. I've checked in online, so I'm all good. Okay, so a couple of things to consider when flying British Airways. So British Airways, if you're flying airport-wise, you can fly with City Airport and Heathrow Airport, which is fantastic if you live in the City of London or on the outskirts of West London as well. And if you live in the south, Heathrow's probably your easiest bet to get to for airports over some of the others, because most cities offer direct coach links or train links towards Heathrow or West London. My flight cost me £44 plus £10 extra for seat selection. If you have status from British Airways or any One World partner, you can potentially get that seat selection for free, plus priority group boarding, which is a nice little touch if you don't have to pay for it. And you also, if you are a high enough status holder in the One World Alliance, or if you are flying BA's Euro business product, Club Europe, you do also get complimentary lounge access, which is great. On certain flights. Obviously, I'm not doing business today because it wouldn't be fair if I did BA in business and then everything else was standard. I will get around to some of the stats and the others as we go through the video, so I'll catch up with you when we're on the flight. Well, we're going to be boarding shortly. That there is my Airbus A320 for today. I've got Uniform Zulu today, which I'm not sure if it's a new plane for me or not. I'd have to check. Okay, boarding on what appears to be a somewhat semi-packed flight today, so... well, first of 4 legs between London and Edinburgh today. Okay, so I'm all aboard. I'm in seat 8 Alpha, which means I get to have this lush view out the window. You'll see more of that later. Obviously, standard BAC, it's got the lovely headrest. Row 8 is one of the seats that also doubles as Club Europe, but this is part of the economy section today. We got BA High Life Cafe, which is the light reading material, because they don't do magazines anymore. Safety card for the A320, and a couple of sick bags, but I don't think I'm going to need that today. Okay, I'll catch up with you once we're airborne. Okay, so boarding is complete. We're about to push back, a couple of minutes early actually, about 5 to 10 minutes early, and look, I now definitely have row 8 all to myself. Right, it is 6:20. We are airborne, and the plane actually buzzed out of Heathrow at 6:15 sharp. We were due to push back that time, so that is some pretty good keeping. We are apparently going to be in early because the plane was due in at 7:40. We're obviously going to be way ahead of that, so we're off to a good start. Let's just hope easyJet and Lumo and Flixbus can keep up with that for the rest of the day. So one huge perk flying British Airways over easyJet when it comes to budget versus legacy carriers, like most BA A320s from family aircraft have a charging bit, so my phone's currently charging as I'm filming this. easyJet doesn't have that, even on their newer planes at the minute, which can be a bit of a pain on flights that are like 3 or 4 hours, especially if you want to charge a device, you want to have your own eye thing. I'm not sure if easyJet has Wi-Fi on their planes, or their newer ones at least, but BA does on most of their Bus A320s. They don't have this on their E190s, just to be clear. And the service has come through. I've got myself a bottle of Harrogate, probably save this for later. I have pre-ordered from the Speedway Cafe menu. I'll show you what I get in a minute when it comes. I think one of the flight attendants forgot to give me the complimentary biscuit, but I'm not overly worried. It's not the end of the world. I've got free coming anyway. It's going to be a lot better. But I'm going to relax and enjoy the flight. Okay, so this definitely isn't bad for £8.95. We've got a bacon roll, flapjack with shortbread, and a grind coffee. And I tell you what, this signs up the next 24 hours for me. Pops up a good elf. I love a good bacon roll. Wow. TV would actually quite appreciate this new grind coffee if you flies BA in the near future. Welcome back, Mars. About 20 minutes early, which is that. An hour and 20 minutes to change flights instead of an hour. Just like that, welcome to Edinburgh, part 1. Thank you, British Airways, over and out. Right. Now to see what easyJet offers. Luckily, Edinburgh Airport's one of those airports where if you come off a flight, you're immediately in the departure halls. So what I need to do is just find out what gate I'm at for the easyJet flight and then go straight there. Nice and easy. The easyJet flight I'm meant to be on is running about 10 minutes late, but it is showing on-time departure. So we'll play that by ear, but I should have enough time when I get to Gatwick to get over to the South Terminal and catch the train back in central London. So I literally came off this BA flight at gate 9 about an hour and a half ago, and my easyJet flight has literally just pulled up on gate 7 just over here. You couldn't make this up, could you? It's in a good way. Okay, so my easyJet flight cost me a few pennies shy of 40 quid, but that also included seat selection in row 17, seat A, window seat, obviously. Boarding's about to commence. It is on time, despite the fact that the plane was 10 minutes late. So easyJet has a slight advantage over BA, is that normally they're a lot cheaper per flight, and two, they have a more selection of flights between Edinburgh and London. You have Gatwick, Luton and Stansted, so you can adjust to whether you're near the south or toward the north, basically. Overall, easyJet's product is not too much different from BA's in terms of like the hardcore product. Oh, looks like they're starting Speedy Bourne, so best get over. I'll catch up with you on the aircraft. And this flight is looking to be a lot busier. Beautiful day for boarding a plane back to London. I'll catch up with you when I'm on the easyJet. Well, they say it's easy if you turn up on time, and here I am. Got a nice view of the wing, which you'll get a better look of once we start taxiing and all that. So, yeah, see if we can get to Gatwick on time. I've got a train to catch. Back about 5 minutes early, so we should make up a good time getting into Gatwick. Rocketed out of Edinburgh. easyJet Bistro service is about to start, and as with BA, I did do a pre-order, so I've got £10 worth of stuff to buy, but I only paid £8 for it. It's quite a nifty little deal if you pre-ordered at easyJet. That's a wrap. At the North Terminal in Gatwick, I've got 40 minutes or so to get through domestic arrivals, cross over to the South Terminal and then find the train station to get my train to Victoria. I got it covered, I got it covered. Also the seats on this 319 are the old fabric ones. Not bad for a 1 hour flight, but oof, I'd hate to have one of these on a 3 hour flight to Malta. Made it out of the North Terminal. Just about to get the monorail to the South Terminal and get to the train station. I do love this little Gatwick monorail. I'm on platform 2 and my train at 10:43 is the next train due on here, and it's a southern service that will take me straight to London Victoria with a stop at Clapham Junction. I think there might be one other stop on the way, but I'm not sure. Nice little journey there from Southern Rail. Right, I'm at London Victoria. Now I've got to find the Victoria Line Underground to get to King's Cross, so that should hopefully only take me a couple of minutes. And I should have more than enough time to catch my Lumo up to Edinburgh Waverly, so I will catch you in a few minutes, so I'll see you at King's Cross. Bit hectic, but a nice change of scenery, getting to do the rather than to Victoria on a train rather than on the coach as I normally do. Right, I'm in the underground, onwards. Right, next stop's mine, King's Cross International. Thank you, Transport for London, you absolute madhouse, Zone 1. Right, I'm where I need to be. Let's go find the national trains across the country. I've got to get back to Scotland. Here we are, I made it, and I've got plenty of time to spare. Right, let's get upstairs and find me a Lumo. Okay, we'll do a quick crunch on the Lumo figures. So Lumo is going to take 4 hours or so to get to Edinburgh from King's Cross. Now, King's Cross to Waverly, you're basically going city centre to city centre, very convenient. However, this was the most expensive of the bookings I made. This came in at 62 quid. That's £20 more than what I paid for easyJet just now. I've got 20 minutes before my train due to leave. They still haven't given me a platform number on the board. Whoop-de-doo. But I tell you what, actually quite nice to see King's Cross. I've not been to here before, so this is pretty cool. I did St Pancras International with BAP, but we were arriving, so we didn't really get to see much. There you have it, platform 9 3/4, you've seen it. I'm not queuing for that. I literally have better things to get on with. A couple of LNER Zoomers. Now the Zoomers do run to Edinburgh as well. At the time I was looking at making my booking, Zoomers by LNER here, I think they were up like just over 100 quid for a one-way thing between London and Edinburgh, so I was like, So the Lumo came up about 40 quid cheaper than that. But again, LNER Zoomer, you can get good fares, you just got to book in advance and be flexible. Hope that helps. Found platform 3, and sure enough, Well, needle in a haystack is the only blue one there. It's a Lumo, and I'm ready to go. Very cool. More chargers, USB and main bank down there. I had to move seats because I booked a window seat without a window. Whoops, but yeah, both of these are available, so I'm in 586. So far, that's actually pretty good. Got a nice bit of leanage over here, so you can lean and rest a bit. I think this is going to be a pretty cool train experience. Looking forward to it. Just got to figure out where the snack car is and whether I can get there or not without losing my seat. Okay, we're on the move. Calling it Stevenage, somewhere, Newcastle, Edinburgh, Waverly. Should be in Edinburgh in about 4 hours, give or take. Just see how this Lumo train service goes. Is it any better than some of the others I've done? Find out. Stevenage. The only stop we've got in the south, the next 2 stops will be up north before we hit the Scottish border. Journey, we're just passing Peterborough City, and the crew have just announced they're going to do like a on-board trolley service, so we'll see what we get and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Like the biscuits, this one came to about £6.15. Cheddars, look, train beer, especially from Lumo. I'm a big fan of the Speedbird IPAs, you know. I'm so looking forward to seeing how this one fares up. Cheers then, mate. That is fruity, very smooth. So we're just passing through York, which I'm mentioning to you now because, believe it or not, that's the home of the National Rail Museum. I mean, I am on a train after all. Newcastle, first stop. We've got one more stop, then it's Edinburgh, so should be a pretty straight run, just over an hour. What he said. We're on the outskirts of the city, but welcome back to Edinburgh. I'm just pulling into Waverly Station now. I've got about 3.5 hours here back in Edinburgh in the city centre, and now I've got to get the fourth and final phase of this trip, Flixbus, back to London Victoria. Yeah, I'm not a big long-haul train traveller compared to some people, but yeah, I was actually quite impressed with that Lumo train. So, done 2 flights, 1 train. It's been 12 hours so far. So, I got, like I said, I got about 4 hours or so in central Edinburgh, and it's on for the last leg of the journey. Taking a bus, 8 hours back to London. You can judge me all you want, but after all the travelling I've been doing the last 24 hours, I'm going to need this. Right, with the stop monument behind me, so Flixbus is the 4th and final leg to carry. This is going to be the longest trek on the journey because it's taking me from 8:45 tonight to 5:45 tomorrow morning. Oh, FML indeed. However, it's the cheapest one I've done on this entire trip because it's only cost me 26 quid, including selecting a seat. So, value-wise, it's the best one. Comfort-wise, service-wise, probably the weakest one. But as you know, I'm no stranger to doing Edinburgh, London on coaches. I mean, National Express, Mega Bus, I suppose Flixbus, now they're doing it, I might as well take them all off. Hey everyone, before I get to the bus stop, guess what? I found a giant turd in Edinburgh. Okay, so obviously I'm at the bus station about 10 minutes before my coach is due to depart. It should be turning up to start boarding soon. Let's get this last bit over and done with, eh? Here we go, £26 well spent, home for the next 8 hours. These seats, part leather, part fabric, black and green and white. So yeah, we'll see how it goes next few hours. Hopefully I won't lose my sanity. See, we're very clearly on the move, heading down to London. 2 stops in London, Finchley Road and Victoria, and on the way to London we are stopping in Newcastle, Sunderland and Middlesbrough. Nice little selection there. Never been to Sunderland or Middlesbrough, so it's going to be exciting. Get to see Newcastle for the 2nd time today, but not actually get to visit it. But I'll be back at the end of the month, don't you worry. Beautiful sunset going there as well, and we've got some lovely lush red mood lighting. This could complicate matters, I reckon. So currently we're backtracking the road we came because of the police having closed that road off, so I'm going to have to take an alternative route down toward Newcastle. So quick update, it's just coming up to 10:30. We've just backtracked basically back to Edinburgh up the A1, and we've now jumped on the A68 and we're now heading back towards Newcastle, so it looks like we've had to do a V-shape to get back on track, because obviously there's no way this coach is going to go down some of the B roads and side roads like cars can, so hopefully we should now be getting back on track. So we're probably going to be somewhat delayed getting back into Victoria. Oh, I'll try and get a bit of sleep tonight, we'll see how it goes. We're about an hour later, it's midnight, and we've crawled into Newcastle. Loads of people seem to be getting off here, but by the looks of it, we're getting quite a few people coming on as well. We'll just have to wait and see how the next few hours play out. We'll try and get some more sleep once we get going. Like I said, we still got to stop at Sunderland, then we stop somewhere else, and then London Finchley and then London Victoria, where this service will terminate. I'm interested to see what time we actually get in the morning now. Right, we're in Sunderland. There's one more stop after this, and it's the 2 stops of London. It's a small number of passengers getting on board now, but there's a few people getting off. So it seems to be quite evenly spread throughout this trip, which is pretty nice to see. We are Mosborough, last stop, and then it's London. A couple of people getting off again, but we seem to have more people getting on. So it could be quite crowded for the next bit down to London. So it's just gone 4 in the morning. We're just taking a break at a service station. 15 minutes, not long, but it's just nice to get up and just a little bit of walking. I can still feel my legs and my arse. Home stretch, hopefully it'll be about just shy of 2 hours to get back to London. It's just gone 7, we're just over an hour late, but we made it to Victoria. Oh man, I'm glad that's over with. Right, I'm going to chill out for a bit, I've got to get a coach back to Bournemouth. Well, you've been watching the Southern Airs, thank you for joining me on this travel site smackdown. I'm just going to do a quick epilogue when I get home, freshened up, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Well, it's been a couple of days since I did that crazy adventure, so suppose you want the truth and nothing but the whole truth. Okay, so I'm going to make this nice and simple because this video is already over 40 minutes long, but here are the prices and the hours that it took to complete each journey. Now, it goes without saying that the bus was the cheapest, but it also took the longest, and that's not counting the extra diversions we had. And obviously the flights were the quickest, but they were both actually, funny enough, mid-range in price. The train was more expensive, and obviously, as you know, trains in this country have a reputation. But after all this all said and done, I'm going to give this particular win to British Airways. I chose BA simply because I feel that they had the better product over easyJet. They have more opportunities to, you know, up their product if you wish to go for a more luxurious angle. And in terms of airports they fly from, they're the more central for London. easyJet, I will give credit, more variety in terms of, like, if you live out on the outskirts of London, you've got options for the north and south, which you don't have with BA necessarily. But those are my conclusions. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. If you've watched it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will personally see you in the next one. Safe travels, my friends.